300 apps built on ChatGPT, and most of them are barely getting any traffic. OpenAI promised developers a revolution, but 6 months in, the cracks are starting to show. Here's everything you need to know. Back in late 2024, OpenAI made a bold announcement. It would allow companies to build and launch mini-apps, called GPT integrations, directly inside the ChatGPT platform. The idea was simple but powerful. Turn ChatGPT into an ecosystem, a kind of app store for AI. Developers would get instant access to hundreds of millions of ChatGPT users, and users would get specialized tools without ever leaving the interface. On paper, it sounded like a win for everyone. Fast forward 6 months, and the picture looks considerably more complicated. According to a Bloomberg report published on March 30, 2026, OpenAI now has 300 integrations available inside ChatGPT. That number sounds impressive until you start asking the harder questions, like how many people are actually using them. Participating companies are reporting mixed results at best, with many noting that user discovery remains a serious challenge. Simply being listed inside ChatGPT is not, it turns out, the same as being found by users. The core problem is one of visibility. ChatGPT's interface was designed around conversation, not app browsing. Users come in with a specific task in mind, they type their query, and they get an answer. The mental model is fundamentally different from opening an app store and scrolling through categories. Third-party integrations exist, but unless OpenAI actively surfaces them in response to relevant queries, most users will never encounter them. Developers who expected organic discovery are learning that the platform works differently than they anticipated. There is also the question of competition. When a user asks ChatGPT to help with a task, say, drafting an email or analyzing data, ChatGPT's own built-in capabilities are right there. Why would the average user click through to a third-party integration when the base model already handles the request reasonably well? This creates an inherent tension between OpenAI's role as a platform provider and its role as a product competitor. It is a dynamic that Microsoft faced with Windows, that Apple faces with the App Store, and that Google navigates with search. The platform owner always has a structural advantage over third-party builders. Developers familiar with the situation say OpenAI is aware of the friction and is actively working on improvements. The company is reportedly exploring better recommendation algorithms, smarter contextual surfacing of integrations, and clearer user interface cues that help people discover specialized tools. There is also talk of improving the analytics and feedback that developers receive, so that companies building on ChatGPT can better understand how their integrations are being used or not used. For the broader AI developer community, this story carries an important lesson. Building on top of a large language model platform is not the same as building a standalone product. The distribution logic is different, the user intent is different, and the competitive dynamics are uniquely challenging. Developers who treated ChatGPT integrations as a growth channel have discovered that traffic does not flow automatically, even when your product is sitting inside one of the most visited AI platforms on the internet. The stakes here extend beyond individual developers. OpenAI's long-term ambition is to become the operating system of the AI era, the foundational layer that thousands of businesses and products are built upon. For that vision to work, third-party developers need to thrive on the platform, not struggle in obscurity. If OpenAI cannot solve the discoverability problem, it risks losing the developer community's trust at exactly the moment when that trust matters most. Watch for OpenAI to roll out meaningful interface changes in the coming months. If they are serious about fixing this, you should see better integration surfacing, richer developer tooling, and possibly a dedicated discovery section within ChatGPT. Whether those changes come fast enough to retain the developers who are already frustrated, that is the real question to watch. The App Store dream inside ChatGPT is still very much alive, but it is not yet working the way anyone hoped. OpenAI has the user base.